back to Annotate and Smiles. Hello everybody! Okay, so today I'm very excited because I'm doing a follow-up video to a video I recently did that everyone either loved or absolutely hated and thought was like the most cringe-worthy thing ever. This is my How to Annotate Books Part 2. I recently posted a video on how I personally annotate my books. As you guys know, I am someone who writes in my book. I dog ear my books. I do pretty much everything that you would consider book abuse. I do that, and oh my god, there's people up there watching me. Hi people! Oh, they're looking through the window. Okay, bye. What was I saying? Oh right, book abuse. Okay, so I pretty much abuse my books in every way possible. I write in them, I highlight them, I sticky note in them, I do everything. And so my goal with that video was to try to persuade you to also write in your books and look at it differently. So if you haven't seen that video, I recommend going and watching that one. And this video is for everyone who's watched that one but is just still cannot bring themselves to write in their book. Like, I understand that, you know, if you're set in your ways, that's alright. I have some advice for you also. This video is going to be titled How to Annotate Your Book Without Writing in It. Alright, let's get right into this. So I wasn't always a book annotator, so I used to annotate my books but not actually physically hurt them in any sort of way. So this is what I used to do, and then this is what I do now when I have, say, like copies of books that are like advanced copies that I really don't want to like destroy because, you know, they're like my heart and soul, or with books that maybe like I'm renting or borrowing. If you're someone who frequently borrows library books, you know, you can't write in them, you can't annotate them. But here's some ways that you can still, like, you know, take notes and highlight and things like that, but using something else, which I like to call a wonderful book journal. Woohoo! Here's 3 ways in which you can annotate without physically writing in your book. The first way is, or I guess all the tips involve having a journal. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get a journal. I have this one here. This is my favorite journal because it says start something wonderful on the front of it, and I just love it so much. It's a perfect size and it can fit in your purse or in your bag. I'll have a link down below if you want to check it out. But this is the one that I'm currently using to annotate the books that I don't want to physically write in. Tip number 1, highlighting. Normally, I personally highlight my favorite quotes in my books. So instead of doing this, you can take your journal and go ahead and take a sticky note and just put a little sticky tab or maybe like a little bookmark like I have here, and bookmark a certain, or like the first third of your book, and then go ahead and write quotes on the top of it. Now this section will be specifically just for your absolutely favorite quotes. Now with this, I recommend writing in different pen colors. For me, I will personally write all my favorite quotes in pink, and then my second favorite quotes in maybe like blue, and then quotes or just stuff that I highlight because I feel like it's important. If I'm reading a series, I'll highlight or I'll write in, say, black. Okay? So yes, color coordination, you can still do that. And then go ahead and make a little kind of key so that you can know, like, okay, pink is these kind of quotes, purple is like maybe quotes between certain 2 characters, so you can kind of go all out and make it your own. Okay, tip number 2, little annotation bags. Okay, so in here is, I call this my little annotation bag. I have post-it notes, I have little sticky tabs. Now what you can do is either A, when you come across something that you feel is important or an area in the book in which you normally want to write something, because for me, I'll read a scene and I want to write something like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, or oh my gosh, this is so weird. So instead of physically writing that in the book, you can write it on the post-it note and go ahead and stick it into the book, or go ahead and just stick that into your journal and then write the page number so that you know what this like feeling, like what page number it belongs to, right? Because you don't want to accidentally like read this and be like, oh, was this in the beginning or the end of the book? I don't know. So yes, sticky notes are a must, an absolute must. And my last tip for all of you non-writing annotators or book abuse annotators, as you guys like to put it. Journal after every 2 to 4 or 2 to 5 chapters. So this kind of sounds like something you may have done in school, but for me, the whole purpose of annotating my books is to document my feelings when I'm reading it. Now, you can easily do this by just journaling your feelings out. So, for example, you read the first 5 pages of Warcross, right? Go ahead and write chapters 1 to 5 and then just write your thoughts. Just be like, oh my god, I hate this this character, or I love this character, and then, or you can do bigger increments than that. You can do every 10 chapters or every 12 chapters depending on how long your book is, or you can do every single chapter if you want to. And by doing this, at the end of the book, you'll have like maybe like 10 pages on just your thoughts while reading it, and you can, it's the most interesting thing to go back and reread, and it's just like going and reading or flipping through a book that you actually physically wrote in. It's the same sort of idea, the same sort of feeling. But yes, that is all my advice for those of you who want to annotate books but are still just too scared to write in your books. You know, I understand it took me a little bit to fully let myself destroy my books, but I hope you guys can use this advice and go and have a better reading experience. And let me know if you do any of these things down below. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, keep reading, and I'll talk to you guys later.